we've both been critical of Elon, but him buying Twitter, that was a big moment.
It's a big move.
October 7th hit, and information just exploded.
That's where I don't know what to make of him. That's where I don't know what to make of him, because he's got a lot of sketchy shit in his past, and he's lied about a lot of stuff, like his video game scandal that I'm talking about later this week. But like, I don't know if that makes him
paying someone to play the video game.
So at first, so it's worth kind of reminding us of the story, because Elon Musk was going on like Joe Rogan, Lex Fridman, all these huge podcasts, and it was like this kind of meme that everyone was asking him about, because he was like the top 10 gamers in the world or whatever. About it was Diablo 4 and Path of Exile 2.
Oh, so it's two separate games?
Two different games. And Path of Exile 2 is one of those like hardcore, like people when it came out. I'm not one of these people, but I've looked into them. These people were playing this game for like 22 hours a day for like 5 days straight to get to the top of the leaderboards. And it's like one of those super hardcore games. He got super clowned on when he started playing Elden Ring, this like kind of fantasy video game online like a year or two before. And the fucking internet just clowned him, because apparently he was claiming he was really good. And then he started live streaming it, and people were like, your shit sucks. And that actually became a meme. And all the YouTubers, like all the video game YouTubers, started they like started making videos where they would use the kind of the character with the items and skills that he had, and being like, I beat the game up with the Elon build, because like that's how retarded it was. And this YouTuber postulated, he suggested that maybe Elon's feelings got so hurt by that now he's like, fuck that shit, I'm gonna like
hire someone.
And so this time he like, you know, was the top in the world at these games, claiming on all these big podcasts that he's like, yeah, like I'm one of the best, like I'm really good. Former like semi-professional Quake player, all this shit. Never mentioning that he's paying people to play those characters to level them up for him, because obviously he's not running 6 businesses and playing video games 22 hours a day and tweeting
6 hours on Twitter probably easily, and then
it eventually came out. He eventually admitted, like, so there was a text thread that he had with a video gamer on YouTube. Like, so a YouTuber in the video game world put out a video that included a text thread with Elon that Elon had given him permission to share. So it was like Elon's way of soft exposing it through a friendly YouTuber that would kind of spin it in a friendly light. And his video sort of explains it as like, basically Elon says, I paid people to play my characters for me to level them up, but that's what all the Asia players are doing. So if you want to compete with the Asia players, you have to do that.
Yeah, I pay people.
Bro, that's not what you fucking said on Joe Rogan and Lex Fridman and all the other podcasts. Like, come on, get a grip.
He was DMing girls too, being like, "Do you want to have my baby?"
And that shit's
no, like freaking out on him.
That shit is weird. And so it's like, there's a lot of ego stuff going on there. There's a lot of questions I have about just like, are we like, how much of this dude is legit and how much of this dude is a front?
Methylene blue has been used for over 100 years for medical purposes and recently surged back into popularity. It has been shown to help repair brain tissue and improve memory, cognitive function, energy, and mood. Research suggests that methylene blue could have neuroprotective effects, possibly aiding in conditions like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and depression. Go to MerakiMedicinal.com and use the promo code FIGHTBACK for a discount.
And when you're talking about the dude that's running Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, the Boring Company, and Solar City, like, I don't know if I'm forgetting any. Then I start to have questions about like
things that are like tied into the government too.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and Andy comes from this kind of shady background where I start to wonder, like, is this guy really actually running all those companies, or is he kind of just intentionally the face of all those companies? So we don't know, like,
I go back and
what's
forth
going
with the
on.
exact question.
Exactly.
Is it all like bullshit, or?
But then, X is the company I forgot to mention.
Yeah.
Because then he buys X, and legitimately, like, I don't know where the fuck we would be without X right now. Right.
That's what really helped information spread. That was the game changer. So it's curious. Are they going to try to shut it down? They're going to try to block a lot of people. Yeah. That's when a couple of these, attacks back to back make you wonder. Are they, anti-Semitism? We got to like ban all you people.
Yeah. But I am of the belief that like I'm personally of the belief that like the Jews and Israel is not the only force in this world. And there's lots of other forces. And even within Israel, there's lots of forces. Even within this deep state, there's lots of different forces. Like, for example, Bill Gates clearly is playing a powerful role in some fucking nefarious shit. But all clearly he's not the only one, and not everyone in that. He's
also been to Epstein Island.
Exactly.
So it gets confusing.
And so there's like all this confusing power dynamics, and I am staying very open. I'm constantly looking for evidence that there has been a shift of direction with that group's strategies and what their goals are. Because, maybe the old way was to just sort of keep everyone not looking at what's really going on in the Middle East, and like, oh, we'll just go invade Afghanistan and don't pay attention to the heroin that we're now smuggling out of Afghanistan.
And then the Sackler family hits the opium.
But I can't help but wonder if now maybe there's a new direction of like, well, the U.S. dollar dominance is done. Like the unipolar model of this world is where it's like America's the one superpower is kind of over. Like we're kind of fucked if we keep going that direction. Like Israel has been exposed a little bit. Like maybe we pivot. And I can't help but wonder if there's been some pivoting in their strategizing, because what I'm seeing right now is a shitload of division among people against each other, and a shitload of division among races, a shitload of anti like Muslim, anti-black, anti like black versus white, anti-Indian, a whole lot of race war stuff that to me feels a lot like the pretense for like civil wars and for just like interpopulation conflict, and for the potential shifting of like everyone's attention while like this techno stuff comes in.
No, that's scary. Once they have that, they have complete surveillance.
Exactly.
You can't do anything.
Yeah.
So it's really concerning. There might not be much time left.
It's like you might just have to distract everyone long enough to crash the global financial markets one more time. And then if you crash that global financial market with everyone distracted enough and bring in a central bank digital currency to save the day, then it's like, it's pretty fucking hard to fight back when they'll just turn off all your money if you say the wrong thing.
That's why Bitcoin's important. Unfortunately,
exactly.
I'm not, I have a little bit, but I need to get a lot more. You're here for that Bitcoin conference.
Yeah, everyone's got to get a lot more. I got to get a lot more, but I've been trying to collect it lately. But there are some pretty wild Bitcoin conspiracy theories out there too.
That's what I'm a little concerned of too. Like there's some guy with a Japanese name just came and like popped it up. So I've been a little skeptical.
I mean, Satoshi is a pseudonym. No one knows who he is.
Yeah,
there's lots of but I draw solace in the fact that suppose Satoshi Nakamoto, the founder of Bitcoin, was a CIA agent and it's a CIA operation. Cool, whatever. The thing is that Bitcoin, the code that runs Bitcoin, everyone can read it and everyone can look at how it works, and it's been audited by thousands of very smart people. And so it's not like, even if it's a CIA operation, it's like, so what? We can fucking see it. And so I am a little skeptical of that. Like, it is observable. Like like there's no privacy when you're on Bitcoin, right? Like they can track everything you're doing, which is kind of funny because the CIA has been tracking everybody that's using Bitcoin for a long time. But, it's not a central bank digital currency. It's not programmable. Like I feel pretty good about it to this point.
Yeah, it seems like probably the best, but I'm still a little skeptical of some of the stuff. How it just popped out of nowhere. It almost seems like a CIA thing to me.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, I don't know what to make of it, but I know that it's better than...
You can't just shut it down.
A lot of the
alternatives. Shut my bank accounts off.
Exactly.
It's unlikely, but you never do know. Obviously, with both of us, we push some ideas that they don't like.
Yep. And the other thing is it introduces these technologies, like this blockchain technology and this distributed ledger technology. Those two concepts that are married in Bitcoin, as well as a few others, those, now that they're out there and being used in all these other crypto coins, which many of them are fucking retarded.
Yeah, so many like scam coins.
But they change the world forever. Because like, for example, just one example that I love to speculate on and like imagine it happening, even though maybe it never will. The stock market is full of all kinds of fucking fraud. And the GameStop people realized that a long time ago. The stock market is a fucking lie. But a lot of that would go away immediately if you used blockchain technology to make it so that every stock could be tracked. Right.
Oh, wow.
Then you can't duplicate it. You can't make it up. You can't hide it. You can't. It's like all public. Like it's a public asset, right? Public company. So it should have a public ledger on the blockchain where everything is immutable, right? Same thing with our votes, right? Imagine if your votes were on a blockchain.
It's crazy that's not.
They're never going to let that fucking happen. The moment that happens, the CIA is cooked. But like now that those technologies are out there, how long is it before, one of those countries out there gets fed up enough with their voting being fraudulent that they just say, fuck it, put it on the blockchain. The moment you start to get voting on the blockchain, how do you make it fraudulent, right?
Yeah, that it's crazy how like open our voting is. It's just like no IDs, no this. Yeah. It's just like it's purposely they make it easy to
just ship a whole bunch of immigrants into swing states and just.
Well, during the COVID, how they just had all the mail-in ballot.
Oh yeah.